Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. And today I have a cat. But most importantly, I love my cat. But this is not what you came for. I was originally quite bummed out when they announced the reissue of Loveless and all the other My Bloody Valentine albums, because I wanted it. It's a great album, but unfortunately, they weren't selling it in America. I think they're selling MVV, but I just wanted Loveless. So I was kind of out of luck. I couldn't buy from Domino, who they've technically just gotten signed to. I heard they're releasing 2 more albums. I don't know, they're kind of like really infamous for not holding up deadlines, but whatever, let's see. But anyway, they did reissue all 3 of their prior albums, and yeah, Loveless, it's a big deal because it's, you know, a lot of people say it's one of the best albums ever made, and I believe that it is definitely the best Shoegaze album ever made. And it's actually surprisingly difficult to get on vinyl. There's a lot of bootleg copies, but the original pressing is really expensive. The later reissues aren't very good and are still very expensive. So I was like, oh yeah, we get a reissue, and it sounds really good. But they weren't allowed to ship to America for some reason. I think it's a licensing issue. There's been weird problems with, you know, in Europe they haven't been able to stream it. Now they can because they have Domino, but over in America, oh my gosh, oh, this is so bad. I can't order the My Bloody Valentine vinyl. But I could. Instead of buying from Domino, I went to Juno Records, which is a pretty big UK vinyl record online seller. I think they're a record store, I'm not sure. And I was able to buy it from them way cheaper. I was thinking about buying it off of someone on Discogs, but it was really expensive compared to what Juno could do. So I just went with Juno. People are really scalping this on Discogs. Even in Europe, people are selling it for like 75 euros, which is just ridiculous because you can buy the copy. You can actually buy it if you live in Europe. Whatever. So this is the deluxe edition, which is pretty much the same price as the standard edition, although pretty much in every respect it's better. It's analog. The standard is digital, and it has a better jacket. So I don't know why you'd ever buy the standard. Ooh. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Look at that. Fully analog cut. Now, I'm not sure, but I think this might be the first analog pressing of this. If not, it might be like the second, but one of the before ones was like badly done. So it was like one of those bad analog, because just because it's analog doesn't mean it's good. But everything I've seen says this is like an insanely good remaster, reissue, repress. So let's see. My Bloody Valentine, Loveless, fully analog cut with download codes. Made in the EU, MVV Records and Domino. My Bloody Valentine. So if you haven't heard of this, I mean, I would say like, oh, you're living under a rock, but I mean, mainstream wise, this isn't the most well-known album. I won't get mad at you if you don't know it, but in like the music community, this is a big deal. It's considered arguably, pretty much most people consider it the best Shoegaze album. Sorry, I'm having a difficult time opening this. Which is kind of a 90s British movement that featured a lot of distorted guitars, but not in a sense of like metal. It's noisy like metal, but it's not angry and yelly like metal. Often the vocals are very calm and kind of awash in the rest of the music. They're kind of hard to make out. Other examples, you could say Slow Dive, Ride, Cocteau Twins, kind of. Who else? Sweet Trip, I guess, but they're kind of separated. They weren't British. And I feel like there's another one I'm missing. But yeah. Okay, that was strangely difficult to get open. It feels like a very stiff jacket, which I like. Yep, high quality tip-on jacket. These are always nice. Vinyl Me Please did a lot of them, and they're kind of the nicest jacket you can get. All right, so I don't use these, so you can have it. Take a screenshot. All right, there you go. Someone actually redeemed the Sigur Rós download code, which is funny. All right, so yeah, this feels very nice and glossy. Got that nice finish. Feels very deluxe, indeed. Gatefold, even though it didn't have to be. Again, very deluxe. Got these really cool pictures of the guitars. I like this. People often say, yeah, this album kind of sounds exactly like the cover. Like, there's a faint guitar, like you can kind of just like, it just fuzz, but then you're like, oh yeah, there's a guitar there. I don't know how to describe it, because oftentimes like, how are they getting that out of a guitar? It's crazy how many effects and how much distortion there is. Yeah, so we got, oh boy, a lot of asterisks. A side, only shallow, loomer, touched to hear knows when you sleep. That's a good song. I only said, coming alone, sometimes blown a wish, what you want, and soon. Mastered from analog half-inch tapes using Studer A80 VU Pre and Newman VMS80. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Kevin Shields, producer. He kind of was obsessed with this album, kind of took over and made it very difficult. The whole process of recording the actual like studio, it wasn't like the band having issues of like arguments between the band. It was just he was such a perfectionist, it took forever to bring the album to fruition. Actual recording, I've heard, was quite pleasant, but he did have a strained relationship with the label. So this is nice. We have a printed plastic lined inner sleeve. Never seen that before. I hope more people start doing this, because I love printed inner sleeves because they can be cool, but they're often paper, which is worse. So I typically would just prefer plain white plastic inner sleeve. But there, they actually can do it. I've never actually seen this before. So if you're a record label, do this. This is the best way to do it. And I like the hole in it. This doesn't really do anything, but looks cool. All right, got a little bit of dust in here, but besides that, it looks pretty clean. I think it's 180 gram. Yeah, it feels like it. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, analog cut. So yeah, if you're in the USA like me and you want to copy this, which I think you should, probably, yeah, Juno's your best option. They have the cheapest price and the cheapest shipping from the UK. It got here relatively quickly. It didn't have a tracking number, which is kind of annoying, but I'd say it took about like a week. All right, yeah. I'll give this a listen. Actually, I've decided to give you some listening notes afterwards. Before, I've typically just ended the video and never really gone anywhere past that. But now I think I'm gonna play a little sample so you can hear it, and then I'll give you my thoughts of what I heard. I think that would be a good idea, because oftentimes you're kind of left wondering, oh, does it actually sound good? I mean, sure, it might look good, but does it sound good? So I'll be back soon. So, what did you think? I know, obviously, whatever you're watching this on, computer, phone, the audio isn't going to be too good. I'm just recording off a phone from a couple feet away from my speakers. But I can say that it sounds extremely good. I was having a bit of popping and clicking on a couple of the tracks. It was kind of weird. I cleaned it very thoroughly, and I think it might be a manufacturing issue. But on like When You Sleep and Only Nothing, it sounded like perfect. Like the opening, perfect. And then, but some of the other tracks had little pops and clicks. But although that's annoying, the actual sound of the record is phenomenal. I you know, you get close to the speakers and kind of just put your hands to your ears like this, and it just like washes over you. It's so intense. It like really just like, you like feel the music in you. It's so powerful. It kind of just washes over you. So yeah, if you are a fan of good music, I think you should get this. It's probably, from what I'm hearing, it's the best, or at least one of the best issues of this. At the moment, it's the cheapest one you'll be able to get. I do think I might just have gotten unlucky, because I've seen a lot of people say they've had absolutely no clicks or pops. So maybe I just, you know, was unlucky. I got a couple little clicks. So don't let that dissuade you from purchasing this. It still sounded really good. Maybe they'll go away as time goes on. But yeah, that's what I think about this Loveless My Bloody Valentine reissue. It is a high quality release. Yeah, I recommend it. Thank you for watching. Bye.